Have you ever thought about, like, the ground beneath our feet as something more than just dirt?
Well, it's funny you should say that because,
Absolutely.
yeah, today we're going on a deep dive into the history and practice of using earth as like a healing tool.
Hmm.
We're going to be looking at a text called Curative Powers of Earth,
Okay.
and it explores how people have used the earth for healing for like centuries,
Wow. Okay.
from ancient times all the way to modern practices.
So this isn't just some new age thing.
No, not at all.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this historical perspective.
It's a fascinating journey, really.
Yeah.
The text takes us way back to ancient times and the Middle Ages,
Okay.
when using earth for healing was common practice.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't considered fringe at all.
Huh. Interesting.
And this wisdom was revived in the 19th century by a pastor named Emmanuel Felkis.
Oh, okay.
He was known as the clay pastor.
The clay pastor.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, he believed that being in direct contact with earth, especially while you sleep, could revitalize your body.
So sleeping on the ground.
Yeah.
That's definitely different from my comfy mattress.
Right.
What was the thinking behind that?
Well, Felka wasn't alone in this belief.
Okay.
Another nature cure pioneer, Adolf. He also suggested sleeping on the earth to help with nervous tension and just like to boost vitality.
So they thought it could, like, reset your body.
Yeah, they believed that it could stimulate the body's natural ability to detoxify itself.
That's fascinating.
It is.
How these guys saw the earth as this source of healing energy.
Right.
But is there any science to back this up?
Well, that's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
The text doesn't like go super deep into the scientific evidence,
Uh-huh.
but it does touch on the concept of what's called grounding.
Grounding.
Yeah.
What's that?
The idea is that we absorb electrons from the earth when we have direct contact with it.
Like an electrical circuit.
Yeah, kinda.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, think of it this way. The earth has a negative charge
Mm-hmm.
and is full of free electrons.
Okay.
So when we walk barefoot, our bodies kind of become part of that electrical circuit.
Mm.
We absorb those electrons.
I see.
And this can do things like reduce inflammation and help us sleep better.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But the text also mentions something about not walking barefoot on painted floors.
Right.
What's up with that?
Yeah, it's a curious point.
Yeah.
It doesn't really give scientific explanation,
Okay.
but it suggests that painted surfaces might block or disrupt the flow of electrons somehow.
Huh. So what we walk on matters.
It really makes you think about all the different surfaces we come into contact with every day
It does.
and how they might be affecting us.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, so far we've talked about these European pioneers of nature cure,
Right.
but the text also mentions Native American healing traditions.
Using the earth.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Native American cultures have this deep reverence for the earth's power.
Mm-hmm.
They see it as a source of healing and balance, and they use the earth in all sorts of ways for healing,
Okay.
from herbal remedies to more intensive practices.
Like what?
Well, the text talks about burying people up to their necks in earth.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah,
That sounds intense.
it might seem extreme to us,
Yeah.
but it shows just how strongly they believed in the earth's ability to purify and restore harmony.
Wow, okay.
They believed that it allowed the body to absorb minerals and magnetic energy from the earth.
Huh, fascinating.
It is.
Okay, let's move on from burying ourselves alive
Right.
to something a little less, intense.
Sure.
The text also talks about mud packs and modern nature cure.
Ah, yes, mud packs.
I've heard of mud masks for facials,
Right.
but mud packs for healing.
Exactly.
How does that work?
Mud packs are a great example of how these ancient practices are still used today.
Yeah.
And they're used for way more than just a spa treatment.
Okay.
They can be used to address a whole range of conditions.
So there's actual science behind it.
Yeah, it goes beyond just the coolness of the mud.
Hmm.
The clay that's used in these mud packs has special properties that make it good for healing.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, clay is really absorbent.
Okay.
It can draw out impurities and toxins from the body.
Ah, so it helps reduce inflammation and promotes healing.
Yeah, it's like a natural detox.
I see.
But it's not just about detoxification.
Okay.
Clay is also packed with minerals,
Mm.
things like silica, magnesium, and calcium.
Uh-huh.
These are all essential for healthy skin and body functions.
And when it's applied as a mud pack, you absorb them through your skin.
Right, it's like nourishing and revitalizing your body from the outside in.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The text mentions that mud packs can be used for so many things.
Oh, yeah.
Skin conditions, inflammation, digestive issues, even nervous disorders.
Mud packs are really versatile.
Wow.
For example, the text highlights how they can be used to treat boils and wounds.
Really?
Yeah, the clay's absorbent properties help to draw out pus and bacteria,
Ah,
and the minerals in it help to regenerate tissue.
that's pretty amazing.
It is.
I'm starting to understand why these mud packs have been used for so long.
Right.
So how do you make them?
It's a pretty simple process, which is part of why they're so great.
Okay.
You start by choosing a high-quality clay,
Mm-hmm.
usually from deep underground to make sure it's pure.
Okay.
And then you mix the clay with warm water to make a paste,
Uh-huh.
spread that on a cloth, and then apply it to the area you want to treat.
And you just leave it on?
Yeah, usually for about 10 to 30 minutes,
Okay.
depending on what you're treating.
Okay.
The text specifically mentions the abdomen as a key area for using mud packs.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, the abdomen is like the center of our digestive system.
Right.
Putting a mud pack there can help to soothe inflammation,
Mm-hmm.
reduce bloating, and even help with regularity.
So it's like a targeted treatment for gut health.
Exactly.
The text also mentions using mud packs as an alternate treatment.
Oh, yeah. That refers to applying heat to the area before putting on the mud pack.
Did you see that?
It's called fomentation.
Fomentation.
Yeah, it's basically just a warm compress.
Oh, okay.
Like a hot towel or a water bottle, you apply to the area for a few
To
minutes.
warm it up.
Yeah, it stimulates blood flow and opens up the pores.
So it helps your skin absorb the mud better.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Speaking of heat and cold, the text also mentions alternating hot and cold applications for some conditions.
Like a contrast shower.
Yeah, that's a good example.
What's the benefit of that?
It can be really helpful for pain relief, especially for muscle spasms and cramps. The hot application relaxes the muscles and increases blood flow.
Okay.
And then the cold helps to reduce inflammation and kind of numb the pain.
It's like giving your body a little wake-up call.
It is stimulating circulation and easing discomfort.
This is fascinating. I'm learning so much.
It is fascinating, right?
Yeah.
And there's still so much more to talk about.
Oh. Like what?
Well, we've covered mud packs,
Right.
but the text also goes into mud baths.
Mud baths.
Yeah, a full body immersion in the healing power of the earth.
I can't wait to hear more about that.
Sounds good.
Mud baths. So, like, are we talking about some fancy spa treatment here?
Well, mud baths can definitely be a luxurious experience.
Yeah.
But they're much more than just a modern spa thing.
Okay.
They're basically just like a full-body version of mud pack therapy,
I see.
a way to really immerse yourself in the healing power of the earth.
So instead of just putting it on one spot,
Right.
you cover your whole body.
Exactly.
Sign me up. But really, tell me more.
Okay, picture this.
Yeah.
You're lying on a sheet covered in this warm, mineral-rich mud.
Okay.
You can feel the weight of it pressing gently against your skin.
All right, I'm listening.
It's like being embraced by the earth.
That sounds kind of nice.
Right.
But what's actually going on in my body during a mud bath?
So the warmth of the mud, it helps to relax your muscles and open up your pores.
Okay.
And this allows those beneficial minerals to really get deep into your skin. This can boost circulation, reduce inflammation,
Mm-hmm.
and even help with some skin conditions,
Like what?
like psoriasis and eczema.
Wow. So it's like a full body detox.
Yeah, it's like a detox and a mineral infusion all in one.
Okay. I'm impressed. But
Yeah.
the idea of being covered in mud head to toe,
I know.
it's a little intimidating.
It is.
What's it like, the preparation?
It's actually much simpler than you might think.
Oh, good.
It starts with finely ground clay, just like with the mud packs.
Okay.
And you mix it with hot water
Uh-huh.
to create a paste.
Mm-hmm.
You spread this paste on a sheet,
Okay.
and you're gently wrapped up in it.
Like a mud cocoon?
Exactly.
Okay, that sounds much better
Yeah.
than like a mud burrito or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So how long do you stay wrapped up like that?
Usually a mud bath lasts anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour.
Wow. Okay.
It really depends on the person and what they're hoping to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the key is to stay warm the whole time so you don't get chilled.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So besides helping your skin,
Right.
are there any other benefits to mud baths?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like what?
Mud baths are also known to help with rheumatic and joint pain.
Really?
Yeah, the warmth and the minerals in the mud, they can really soothe inflammation and stiffness. This can improve your mobility and reduce discomfort.
So it's not just about beauty.
No, not at all.
It's about feeling better overall.
It's a holistic approach to health.
I see.
It's good for both your physical and your mental well-being.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people find them really relaxing and rejuvenating.
Yeah.
It's like a natural way to de-stress.
I can see that.
The warmth, the weightlessness, absorbing all those minerals.
Yeah.
It's a great way to unwind and connect with the earth.
It really does sound amazing.
It is.
And it goes back to what we've been talking about, the
Oh.
idea that the earth has this natural healing power,
Absolutely.
and we can tap into it
Yeah,
through different practices.
exactly.
It's amazing to think about.
That something as simple as mud can have such a big impact on us.
Right. It really challenges how we think about things.
It does.
We talked about grounding earlier.
Uh-huh. Absorbing electrons from the earth by walking barefoot.
Right.
But the text mentioned certain surfaces, like painted floors,
Yeah.
might block that process.
It's an interesting idea.
It is.
While more research is definitely needed,
Okay.
it makes sense that certain materials might act as insulators
Huh.
and stop those electrons from flowing.
So it's not just about taking off your shoes
No.
and walking on anything.
Right.
It's about thinking about what we're walking on.
Exactly. It's about being mindful of the surface
Oh, I see.
we're connecting with.
That makes me think about how much time we spend indoors,
Yeah,
surrounded by concrete and asphalt.
that's true.
No wonder we feel so disconnected from nature.
I think it's a big part of it.
Yeah.
All this separation from the natural world,
Mm-hmm.
it leads to this sense of imbalance.
So what can we do about it?
Well, it starts with awareness,
Okay.
realizing that we're not separate from nature.
Mhm.
We're a part of it.
Right.
And then we can start taking steps.
Okay.
Small steps to reconnect.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Sure. Something as simple as walking barefoot on the grass.
Okay.
For even a few minutes every day can be a great way to ground yourself
Mm-hmm.
and absorb those electrons.
I like that.
It's good for your feet and your mind.
Yeah, like a mini vacation.
Exactly.
What else?
Gardening is another great way to connect with the earth. Feeling the soil, taking care of plants, seeing that cycle of growth and decay.
Yeah,
It's a really grounding experience.
I can see that.
And for people who aren't into gardening,
Right.
just spending time in nature can make a big difference.
Like what?
Hiking, walking in the woods, sitting by a lake.
Yeah, that always makes me feel better.
It's so important for our physical and mental health,
Mm-hmm.
being out in the fresh air and sunlight.
Yeah.
It's like resetting your nervous system.
I love that.
So as we're wrapping up this deep dive into earth-based therapies,
Mm-hmm.
what's the one thing you're taking away from all of this?
Well, it's incredible to think about
Yeah,
how something as basic as the earth can be so powerful
it
for
is.
healing and well-being.
This deep dive has really opened my eyes
Mine too.
to the potential of these therapies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is amazing to think about
It is.
how something as basic as the earth can be so powerful for our health and well-being.
Right.
This whole deep dive has been eye-opening
I agree.
to the potential of these earth-based therapies.
It's a whole realm of healing that we often forget about in our modern world.
It's true.
But like we've been talking about,
Yeah.
these practices have been around for centuries
Right.
across so many cultures.
It's fascinating.
It is, and there's more and more evidence showing they can really work.
That's great.
We've talked about mud packs and baths
Mm-hmm.
for all kinds of things.
Great for skin problems, digestion, even joint pain.
Yeah.
But what about our mental and emotional well-being?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think these practices can definitely help with that too.
Really?
Yeah, just connecting with nature,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's walking barefoot, gardening, or just being outside,
Right.
can have a huge impact on how we feel mentally and emotionally.
I always feel so much more relaxed after a walk in the woods.
Right.
But is it more than just a change of scenery?
I think so.
What else is going on?
Well, remember grounding.
Yeah, absorbing those electrons from the earth.
Right. That can actually have a calming effect on your nervous system.
Really?
It can lower those stress hormones and just make you feel more at peace.
Huh. So it's not just the fresh air then.
No, it's about a real energetic connection with the earth.
I like that.
And there's also the mindfulness aspect.
Okay.
When you're gardening or walking barefoot,
Mm-hmm.
you're really present in your body and in the moment.
I see.
And that can really quiet your mind.
Yeah, it's like a moving meditation.
Exactly.
Bringing you back to the present and helping you connect with yourself and nature.
I love that analogy.
Thanks.
It really shows how important it is to make these practices part of your life.
Even if it's just for a few minutes each day.
Yeah. Even a little bit can make a difference.
So instead of checking our phones first thing in the morning,
Right.
maybe we should be stepping outside barefoot.
Exactly. Imagine starting your day,
Yeah,
walking on the grass, feeling the dew on your feet, breathing in that fresh air.
does sound nice.
It's such a simple way to start your day feeling grounded and balanced.
I'm going to try that.
I hope you do.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
any final thoughts for our listeners?
I just hope everyone listening will come away with a new appreciation for the Earth's ability to heal us and feel empowered, knowing that they can use this power to feel better.
I love that.
These practices aren't some big secret.
Right.
They're available to everyone,
They are.
right under our feet.
That's a great way to put it. And with that, we want to thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of earth-based therapies.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to explore these practices for yourself.
We do.
Until next time, stay curious and keep digging deep.